But yeah, we'll debate on picking that up. For $1 though, easily worth it. This stop so far is turning out to be not only a good stop, but a great stop. And this Mortal Kombat 11 for $5, which is a really good deal.
What's good, everyone? It's Austin, and we are back with another episode of my $10 Nintendo Collection series. We started off with a $10 bill, and we went to thrift stores, pawn shops, game stores, in search of items that we could flip. And with that flipped profit, we went ahead and purchased Nintendo games to build a huge collection. I really don't have anything to start off this video. Summer is here now, my weekends have been very busy, and I haven't really had as much time to go out and do some game hunting. But we're nearing the end of the series, and I gotta make this work. So without further ado, let's just jump into our collection and get into these updates.
Here we are at the game showcase, and we got two sales. First item is going to be this game on the PlayStation 4, Call of Duty Ghost, and we sold this one for around 16 bucks. The second item we sold is actually this Blu-ray collection, this Mad Max, and this one sold for $22.50. We got two more sales. The first item is going to be this Blu-ray Waitress the Musical, and this one actually sold for $17.50. Picked it up for around $3 at a pawn shop. And then the second item we sold is this copy of Duke Nukem Forever on the PS3. This copy is actually a little special because it's got some 3D posters and glasses. And we sold this one for $16.50. Let's go ahead and get these packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. This week we are checking out this St. Vincent de Paul store and checking out the front case as usual. And look at this, guys. Saw this immediately. This is an Xbox One X console, and I just never see Xbox consoles like this at a thrift store nowadays. It's $84.98 too, which isn't bad. Includes a controller. Looks like it has all the cords. This is actually a really good deal. I think on eBay this bundle sells for around $100 to $150, maybe even $200. But wow, just crazy to see. Figured I'd show you guys. Got a bunch of toys and figures in this case. Also this Nintendo Wii remote, and they've got, looks like it's got some kind of battery charger pack on the back though, not the original, and they got it marked at $648. So not that expensive, not a bad price, but I think I'm gonna pass on it. I don't really need one. Got this Crash figure bobblehead, which I don't really see this one too often. I don't know if that's like a Funko Pop or not, but I do see a bunch of other Funko Pops. What is this Airport Extreme for $30? Is it like some kind of a router? Technology has advanced so much, I just can't keep up with what these new things are. And then moving on to this glass case with most of the media stuff. It's actually blue and green tag this week, so all blue items are going to be half off, and then green tag is all $1. And then also a Nintendo Switch game for, looks like it says $9.99. Bunch of Blu-rays in here as well, and most of them seem to be blue tags, so for half off, if I do find any interesting ones I could possibly just pick up. Got this triple pack right here: Swordfish, Point Break, Executive Decision. I haven't seen any of those movies. You guys let me know if those are good ones or not. We even got this X-Men trilogy on Blu-ray. And check out this Mario Adventures. It's like some kind of a book or a drawing book or something. You just don't see stuff like that every day. And a couple of anime DVDs here as well. And then also this game too.
This one?
Yeah.
I think I have them up there. I have these two too.
Okay. Were they priced as well?
Yeah, they should be
Okay.
priced.
Yeah. And then down here, there's this PlayStation 2 game. There's two of them. probably pass on these and I'll just get these.
Oh, no
right
problem.
here. Yeah. This week we're checking out the Goodwill bins, and it's been a while since I've been here. I just haven't been finding much the few times that I do come by, and I already spent some time looking through some of these bins. Got a small handful of games that I'm probably going to pick up over here. A lot of these, of course, are missing discs. I did find this Cars one, Mater National. This one, I feel like held a little bit more value, but probably not. Got a Wii Play here, but missing the disc. Some loose games, even got this True Crime Streets of LA, pretty badly scratched and probably not worth it loose. But we got some Xbox One games, this MX GP2 motocross video game. I've never seen this one before, and it does look to be complete. Next we got NBA 2K14, and surprisingly this one does hold some values for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why. This might be the first 2K game on the Xbox One. It is complete as well, in pretty good condition. And then we got this Godfather Part 2. I actually do find this game pretty often. The case and cover is pretty damaged, as you can see. Not in the greatest condition. But yeah, we'll debate on picking that up. For $1 though, easily worth it. And then we got this copy of Cars on the PlayStation 2. Goes for around like 15 bucks as well. Not in the greatest condition either, but seems to be complete. So should be good to go with these 4 games. We'll keep looking around. Maybe I'll show you guys what else I'm seeing here. We got some empty cases. Madden 07, that is in there. And then you got some PS2, some old NCAA games, which probably not worth grabbing. This bin is really full of DVDs and all kinds of stuff. Unfortunately, there's only like 2 bins with actual media. Just Dance 3, but again, empty. Got FIFA Soccer here. There's Cabela's. This is one that I don't see too often. You're in the Movies. This Xbox 360, but it's just got the disc in there. No manual. No way. Is this in here? Nope. I could possibly try to pick this up just for the case. I know the case alone, case and manual, might go for around 10 to 15. So we'll hang on to that too for sure. I'm seeing a couple more games in this bin. First off is this Pirates Legend of Black Buccaneer. And it seems to be okay and complete. So for $1, just can't pass up on that. I got some NBA games right here and Madden game. And then I'm also seeing this DC Mortal Kombat fighting game, and that's in there as well. Wow, was not expecting that. Looks okay, just a couple of smudges. Okay, so the more I dig, the more I just seem to be finding. We got PS3 game right here, Biggs 2. Not sure if it's worth picking up or not, but we also got this Tasmanian Tiger, and it's complete. The bad thing with a lot of these games is there's a lot of water damage, and it's just in disgusting condition, as you guys can see. So we'll debate on some of these. I've already got like a nice stack, so was not expecting to even record anything here, but I just keep digging and keep finding stuff, so we'll just continue at it. Alright, saw that they had more bins over here, and they got some more media stuff. This stop so far is turning out to be not only a good stop, but a great stop. Look what we found right here. Need for Speed Underground. The first one on the PS2, and it seems to be complete, and disc seems to be very good condition. And then over here we got this freestyle game, which actually does hold some value, developed by EA Big, and missing the manual. The disc, unfortunately, is not in the greatest shape, so we'll debate on that. But yeah, we're gonna add this to our stack. Spend a good amount of time here, and this is our stack that we got. This one is missing. We'll see if they give me any kind of a discount just for the case and manual. But yeah, let's go ahead and check out. Here we are at the game showcase, and we got a couple of sales. The first one's going to be a game right here, this Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings Enhanced Edition, and this one sold for $15.50. Picked it up for about $3 at a pawn shop. The next item we have is a PS4 game, this Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and this one sold for $25-ish. Got it for about $5 at a pawn shop as well. And then the last item is actually a Blu-ray, this Monday Night War Volume 2, and this one sold for $24.50. Let's go ahead and get these packaged and shipped. After eBay fees and shipping, this is how much we'll get to add back to the game fund. We are checking out Gaming Generations this week, one of my favorite game stores, simply because of this clearance rack. They got a ton of $5 games up here. And checking out the PlayStation section first, we got some Call of Duty games here. Great deals on these. And then moving over to the Xbox section, I actually did find a couple interesting items like this Dead or Alive 3. And then we got 2 copies of this Fallout Game of the Year edition. And I think I am going to grab both of these for $5 a piece. We also found Command and Conquer. I've never owned this game, but I played some of the previous ones. Let's take a peek at the $2 games. They had a couple Xbox 360 ones. I debated on this Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year edition. $2 is just so hard to pass up. And then checking out the $1 games, I didn't find too much. There was one game, this Tom Clancy's End War, which looked interesting. And then down here, I spotted a couple more games on the Xbox One. You got FIFA 15. And then I also found a copy of Fallout 4 for $1. It's a great game, and I don't know why it's so cheap on the Xbox One. Just gonna quickly go over the Nintendo section with you guys next. I didn't find too much in the Switch section. Prices aren't the lowest at this game store, so just kind of looking for whatever piques my interest. Here in the GameCube section, I found this Driven game for $8. This is a game that I've never seen before. Looks like a standard Formula 1 racing game. And then I also found this Odama game, which I hadn't seen. Looks like a real-time strategy game. Here in the Wii section, and there were a couple of interesting games like this Heavenly Guardian game. Love the graphics and the 8-bit style for this, developed by UFO. I think I'm all set with this. Yeah.
It's under awesome. It's 2636.
This week we are out here at a Walmart store, and they actually have a ton of game items on clearance right now. Got some Joy-Cons and some Beats. But down here you got some PS5 and PS4 games, and notably this Lego Skywalker collection for $10 isn't too bad. And this Mortal Kombat 11 for $5, which is a really good deal. I think this one values for around like 15-ish, so probably gonna grab that. And then over here they got some more clearance items. A couple of Nintendo Switch games for around $10, like this Human Fall Flat game. And then a ton of these Borderlands 3 games, Ultimate Edition for the Switch. What else we got? My Little Pony game and this NASCAR Arcade Rush, which I haven't seen before, but $10. Maybe we'll grab a couple of Switch games. Got a couple more games over here. Uno Legacy Edition. Can also take a quick peek at the Switch section, and for the most part I didn't see anything too special in here. And then over here you got just your more recent titles that released. A lot of Mario titles here. And then down here they actually have a crazy deal on this Fortnite wireless controller. $20 on that clearance, and I think values for like $40-ish. So debating on actually picking up one of these. And the Xbox section just seems to be slimming down every time I come to these Walmart stores. Only noticeable thing is this Harry Potter Quidditch game for $10.
And we are back in our game room. That wraps up the game hunting for this week. I feel like we found a ton of stuff, and let's take some time to go over it all. Starting off at a St. Vincent de Paul thrift store, it's crazy that we saw that Xbox One X console over there. I just never find actual game consoles at thrift stores nowadays. But we came away with a couple of movies along with some games. The first thing we got is this X-Men collection on Blu-ray. It's got the first 3 X-Men movies, and I really enjoyed watching these movies. Something so nostalgic about this early 2000s era of superhero movies. The next one we got is this triple pack. Just picked it up because it had some decent value. I don't think I've seen any of these movies. The Swordfish, Point Break, and Executive Decision. Next we picked up NASCAR Thunder 2004. I checked this one up on eBay, and it actually does hold some value for whatever reason. Goes for around like 15 bucks. And then we were able to find a brand new sealed Monopoly game on the Nintendo Switch. These games make it a lot easier to play these board games without having to set it all up. The visuals are great and also has some nice board themes. So it actually creates like a world in the middle of the Monopoly board. You got like buildings and carnivals and all sorts of amusement park things like that. We decided to stop at the Goodwill Outlet bins this week, and whenever I do find stuff, I find a good amount of it. It's very hit or miss and very competitive at these places, but yeah, we got a good handful of games. First thing we got is this MXGP2 motocross video game. I've never seen or played any of these games, but we got these all for $1 a piece, so too hard for me to pass up. We got a copy of NBA 2K14, and this one surprisingly holds some value too. I don't know if it's the actual game or maybe just LeBron James. Next we got The Godfather Part 2, and the case is kind of destroyed along with the cover. The game alone values for around 15 bucks, so for $1, definitely worth it. We did find a case and manual for Mario Kart on the Nintendo Wii. They actually did not charge me the full $1 amount. They charged me the weighted amount. Next, we got a ton of PlayStation 2 games. A lot of these were really badly damaged, water damaged. I did my best to go through and clean them all with like a Clorox wipe. First game we got is Need for Speed Underground. Love these Underground series games. And it was complete, so a big score with this for $1. I found this Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Never played these games, but you guys let me know if these were popular ones. Next we got Cars on the PlayStation 2. I think I played this game on the GameCube. Fun open world racing game. Picked up this Pirates Legend of the Black Buccaneer, and just grabbed this because it was complete as well, and for $1. Lastly, we got Freestyle on the PlayStation 2. It's an EA big game. These EA big games tend to hold a little bit more value as well. I've never played it, but looks okay. We were also out of town visiting some family in northwestern Wisconsin, and we made a stop at one of my favorite stores, Gaming Generations. Picked up a ton of good clearance games. Picked up Tom Clancy's End War for $1. Too hard to pass up. I'm gonna see how much these can get me trading into other game stores. We even got Fallout 4 on the Xbox One for $1 too. Next, we got a couple of Xbox 360 games for $5 a piece. We picked up this Command & Conquer game. I've always wanted a copy of this game. I'm probably going to keep it just for my collection. We picked up 2 copies of Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition. These value around $15 to $20, and for $5 a piece, I couldn't pass up on these. The last game we just got was a GameCube game called Driven, and I had never seen this before. It's based off of a Sylvester Stallone movie called Driven, and it's your Formula 1 style racing game. I think it's more of just a gimmicky game and not that great. It's probably why it was marked at only $8. For our last visit, we went to a Walmart store, and I've been finding a lot of good deals at Walmart. Games for under 10 bucks and even $5 games. The first thing we found there was a copy of Mortal Kombat 11 for $5 on clearance. I noticed that a lot of Walmarts have different clearance items at different prices, so you really have to go in the stores to see just how much they're pricing their clearance stuff. We got 2 more Switch games to end this off. NASCAR Arcade Rush. This is just a fun little racing game on the Nintendo Switch. Plays a little bit like Mario Kart, the way they have those boost panels on the ground. Last but not least, we got Borderlands 3 Ultimate Edition on the Nintendo Switch for 10 bucks. After Borderlands 2, I just never really got into the Borderlands series after that. I know they made the pre-sequel, which really wasn't that good. But from reviews, I've seen that Borderlands 3 was a really good game. Let me know if you guys have played this one and recommend for me to check out. Again, it was a very successful week for us. We found so much stuff to possibly flip and also add to our collection. I've been finding so many video games over the past month. I feel like right now is a great time to go out and do some video game hunting, especially at thrift stores, pawn stores, even game stores. That's all I got for this week though. Thank you guys all for tuning in, and I'll see you all on the next one.